To the agro space then, where we have seen another choppy session coming in for the agro commodities. The monsoon, of course, continues. The news of it continues to be on the positive side. Chana prices, after declining for many sessions now, have seen some bit of a tick up coming in today. So nearly 1% of gains onto that one. Remember, the guar seed prices also have been making contract lows for last 4 or 5 sessions in the market. You have seen continuous decline. Another day coming in for that one. 1% decline yet again. 8,130 is how guar seed prices are trading on your screens there. The edible oil space in the meanwhile has seen a negative 2013 coming in. It's the weak Indian rupee which has been supporting that commodity in the recent days. Yet another day of gain coming in for that one. 0.25% up coming in on soya oil on your screens. Let's get an industry perspective as well then. Joining us on the show is Mr. Raju Choksi. He's VP Agri Commodities, Anil Nutrients, and he joins us from Ahmedabad. Mr. Choksi, hi, welcome to the show. The weak rupee impact on edible oil imports and prices, how have you read that?
Yeah, I mean, this sudden spurt of depreciation of Indian rupee has affected the landed cost of Indian oils drastically, and this has affected the profitability of the importers severely. And this is likely to slow down the imports on a short-term basis. Of course, after that, things should get back to normal.
Also, Mr. Choksi, what's your sense coming in for the international markets now? Because India, since it imports so much from the global markets, what's the supply situation, demand estimates that you're working with?
Supply side is presently very comfortable. Malaysia, Indonesia are comfortable stocks of palm oils. And South America is harvesting a very large crop of soybeans. So supply side is very comfortable. And as far as demands go, India is depending more and more on imported oil for their consumption. Almost 60% of the Indian requirement is met by imports. So that will continue to grow. And I expect for 2012-13 oil year, the import to be close to 10.9 million metric tons.
Sure. Also, what's your view coming in for the monsoon now impacting the sowing and prices because of that factor?
Yeah, okay. IMD has forecast a very normal onset of monsoon, and if that comes through, then I think so we should have a very good sowing of groundnut, soybeans and cottonseed. And they should be a record kind of a crop for soybean. Last year we had a crop size of almost 10 million metric tons, over 10 million metric tons. This could go up to 10.2 million metric tons this year.
One final question, Mr. Choksi, before we let you go, and that's on prices really. What's your view going forward onto that?
Prices I expect to remain soft to sideways, looking at the comfortable international supply position. And if you look at the forward months prices also, they are quite low. So basically there's not much likeliness of the prices peaking or increasing from these levels. I expect them to remain soft.
Fair point, Mr. Choksi. We'll let you go at that. That's the view really coming in from industry, that consolidation really could be coming in for the edible oil space there. But it's a good day for most of these other agro commodities. And Vijay, what's your sense now coming in for something like chana and sugar? Good day after those huge series of declines coming in.
Absolutely, Manisha. Yesterday I talked about the July future series. I quote myself, I would want to get my toes wet at 3,200 in the July futures. And there you have its rebound from 3176 levels to close at 3250. There's a clear pattern here, Manisha, if you'll let me explain. There is some kind of mopping up by savvy, strong hands at lower levels, and whenever the prices do tend to perk up afterwards, the extent of declines is a little more vicious than the previous swing low, which shakes out the weak hands, if you want to call it that. And it keeps away any kind of exuberant buying by retail investors at bay, while smart money, I feel on the charts, is accumulating at low levels. So which tells me that the downside potential remains fairly limited. At some point in time, the retail will get exhausted of buying chana and then seeing it go down only to book losses or get stopped out because of span and mark-to-market considerations. And then I think the prices will suddenly start to go up rapidly. And whether the July futures will bottom out at 3,100 or 3,050, it's a little tough to say at this point in time. But I think every time you see a 2.5% decline on Chana, I think it's a compelling buy.
All right, and Vijay, we were discussing potato as well yesterday, and that price also has seen an uptick continuing. How would you want to look at the prices in the near term, medium term as well?
In the near term, Manisha, a couple of weeks ago I spoke about potato is something that I would keep on my radar, but what has happened is that the margining system has been tweaked around a little bit, where the short side margin has been retained at 6%, the long side margin has been jacked up to 30%, which is why you're seeing very poor volumes, very little open interest. And you are seeing a negative cost of carry where the August month futures are trading roughly 100 rupees lower than the prompt month June futures. At some point in time, the August month futures, which are now currently trading at the 791 odd levels, a limited downside exists from here. And at some point in time, potatoes will start to see value buying coming in, because let's not forget there is a whole lot of demand coming in from the Snack Food Association. You have the monsoon coming in, which cyclically sees a whole lot of enhanced moisture in the tuber, and therefore a greater degree of wastage and rotting of the tuber. Prices do tend to cyclically go up at this point in time, and the next best season is close to Diwali. So you have two factors. One is monsoon, one is a distant Diwali, where you will see prices start to show an upthrust. So for value investors who have deep pockets, remember the margins are now at 30%,
sure,
and the span, the mark-to-market also has to be factored in. For deep-pocketed investors, I think potatoes will become a compelling buy at somewhat lower levels.